What's up, peeps? Welcome back to my channel, Pinoy Abroad. I just want to give you an update about what's happening here in the United States, especially here in Minnesota, where I live. Looks like infection from COVID is still increasing, but it's steadily increasing. It's really not that bad. It's like about 50 to 60 persons infected every day. The rate is like between 3.5 to 4%. More and more people are getting tested. Um, so there's about 800 plus that have been infected right now, but the good news is 440 of those people are now no longer needing isolation. So it looks like they're recovering. But there's gonna be more coming up. The more people are getting tested, then more are gonna be found positive. So that's the bad news about it. But there's one thing I'd like to tell you guys is that about China's relationship between America's relationship, and this has been going on in the media and it's been happening a lot now. People are kind of noticing this. What I think personally, this is all my opinion, guys, just plainly all my opinion. I think there's going to be a war coming up. I feel like there's going to be a war that's going to break out soon because United States is not happy about what happened, and especially how China handled the situation, this epidemic situation. It started only on a few people infected in Wuhan, but then China didn't really respond as quick as they needed to respond, and that's why a lot of people have already flown out, went to other countries, and spread the virus and infected a lot of people. And now it's a pandemic, as the World Health Organization has declared. So that being said, another thing is that in the news, I don't know if you've been watching the news, but the president of the United States, Donald Trump, is calling this virus a Chinese virus. Apparently, China doesn't like that. And they're upset about that being called a Chinese virus. And they have threatened United States that they're going to withhold all the antibiotics. So the antibiotics, as you know, guys, that we have here in the United States, even like the PPEs or the personal equipments, the personal protective equipments that the nurses use, including the mask, the gowns, those are manufactured in China. And we all know that China's been manufacturing all these for a cheaper price, so that, you know, countries like United States and Italy and European countries can save up more money, you know, because labor in China is really cheap. And China is threatening United States that they're no longer making antibiotics for people here in the United States. Now, coronavirus is a virus, and it's not a bacteria, so we don't need antibiotic. The only thing is that with a virus, usually when you're infected with viruses, there is what they call a co-infection, which usually kills a person, and that co-infection is usually a bacterial infection that causes pneumonia. And if you don't have antibiotic as a backup, then you're more likely going to die from that particular disease, whether it's a viral or pneumonia, a bacterial pneumonia, or anything. So they're threatening United States. United States not happy about that. Another thing is that China is kind of like spreading some rumors about this virus that is what we call now coronavirus. That they're saying that this has come from United States and not from them. I don't know how they have the guts to kind of twist the story there, but it's obviously everybody knows that this came from China. I believe that China has to really learn from their mistakes, from the H1N1 to the SARS to now the COVID. They should have learned from their past mistakes. Apparently they did not. A lot of people say there that China created this biological weapon. I don't think it's a biological weapon. If it is something, it's probably just because of nasty people in Wuhan who just don't stop eating nasty stuff, like I just don't want to be mentioned. I don't want to be nasty or something, but they just won't stop eating, you know, wild animals. So another thing is that I'm not too quite sure about this, but I've read some article about CIA uh, arresting some Chinese doctors from smuggling and stealing some information or some specimen from United States. It's in the news. I'm gonna look it up. Might link if you're curious about it. And CIA is one of is a federal intelligence, federal intelligence of United States, and they're credible. So yeah, if this is true, then it's really gonna spark a war between two nations, and it's interesting to see when this war starts, because there's obviously two powerful nations behind this. I'm not scared of China. What I'm more concerned is that Russia, who's gonna be the backup of China, is gonna get involved in this war, because these two are partners, and apparently Russia also doesn't have a really good relationship with the US. So, but the good thing about United States is that United States is a superpower, and as far as military force, as far as I know, this is only my opinion, guys, United States has the most powerful military force in the whole world. So there's more tension, and I've been reading from the news, there's already military exercises that United States is conducting in South China Sea. And that's just giving me a hint that there's going to be a war, really a war going to break out in the future after all these things resolves. And so, you know, it's sad. Hopefully this is not going to pursue. Hopefully this is not going to push through, because a lot more lives are going to be claimed when there's going to be a war that's going to break out in the future. But, you know, if it's inevitable, then it's going to happen. And we have to deal with it. The only good thing about it is that United States will always have the edge, because United States is a superpower and has the best military force and the best military technology in the whole world. So and China and United States is not scared of China, even though they have their nuclear warheads. We're not scared of them. The only thing I think that is intimidating for the United States is their backup, which is Russia, which we know is also a superpower. And that's the thing. But however, even then, United States will still have the edge, because United States has a lot of allies like Canada, Europe, Japan, and other countries. So hopefully this war will not start. But I have a feeling that it's gonna start soon, or it's gonna break out sometime in the future, because of all these tension that is happening right now. It's just sad, and sometimes it angers some people, including me. I've seen in the news a couple years ago how China kind of like just owns the Spratly Islands, which legally belongs to the Philippines. I'm not sure if you saw that on the news, but I don't know what our government or our president did for about that matter, but apparently it looks like China has already been owning it. You know that feeling when somebody tries to steal your property when it's obviously yours, and it just angers you, and you can't do anything about it because you're a weaker country and you don't have the military force to fight against them. It's really sad. So, yeah, so I think that's all I can say, guys. I hope you continue to watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, please continue to subscribe by hitting the bell button, and also watch my other videos on my channel list. I would like for you guys to comment down below. I wanted to see your opinion. I wanted to know your opinion about this China and United States situation. Do you think it's gonna end up in a war? Do you think it's not? Let me know down in the comments below. Let me also know what other videos you want me to make in the future. I'll try to update you as frequently as possible with new videos to come. And just like I always say, guys, continue to be proactive and always make sure that you're protected, especially nowadays. Protect your family and yourself. Always wash your hands. Stay away from coronavirus. Peace out.